Okay, so we were talking about how you take a more holistic approach.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
the teaching aspect and the pain science, that sort of thing.
mhm,
So essentially, I think it's starting to become a major. Um, we're starting to become aware as a profession of the need for this holistic approach.
right.
So it's natural that I want to take that path, and it wasn't taught to me, but I'm starting to definitely um, get involved in teaching it. So
Okay.
yes, this holistic approach is definitely something that I am I believe in. The mind and the body are inseparable.
They're connected.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Yeah, you can't take them apart. So
Okay.
when someone walks in the door, you're not just treating a shoulder; you're treating a person's shoulder. And
Mm.
so there's beliefs, there's emotions, there's fear, there's anxiety. It's never just treating the shoulder. So I think we have to approach them as humans versus body parts, which sometimes we do, unfortunately. So, anyways.
Okay. So would you say PT, physical therapy, is connected with psychology? You mentioned biomechanics. What other subdisciplines would you say would be connected with what you do?
Yeah, psychology. I mean, as much as we may not want to believe that psychology is involved, I mean, it is integral. Um, Pain beliefs, coping styles,
Yeah.
attitudes, behaviors.
Yeah.
Those all influence not only how we move, but how we interpret pain, how we deal with the pain,
Yeah.
which influences physical behaviors.
Mm.
And so, I mean, to say that the brain doesn't influence what we do is, I don't know of a good analogy, but it's impossible, like I said earlier, to separate those things.
Right.
So I think psychology definitely, biomechanics and what we do are kind of around the same package. What else do we integrate into that? Counseling, just basic counseling. I'm not talking about psychological counseling as much as just physical behavior counseling, education, teaching. Those things are actually
Pedagogy.
motivational interviewing. All those skills, which I guess you could somewhat umbrella under psychology, are heavily integrated into our profession. So I would say those are at least under the orthopedic side, and I'm sure that even bleeds out into all the other areas as well.
Yeah.
But I would say that's definitely something that is, I think, a part of our profession that we need to acknowledge and embrace.
Okay. So you would say those are some of the things that you love about being a physical
Yeah,
therapist.
absolutely.
Okay. What do you like least, if any, about being a physical therapist? If you just love it, that's perfectly fine.
I can always find some stuff that I'm just like nitpicky stuff that I wish was better. I don't like dealing with insurance.
That seems to be like the biggest problem
Yeah.
within healthcare,
Yeah, it's just
or at least a big problem.
Yeah, what I do is influenced by insurance. Sometimes, not all the time. I would say, yeah, if I were to point something out about our profession, about PT as a profession, I would say. But I mean, that's most medical professionals. But I would say physical therapy, it's somewhat frustrating because we tend to see patients a lot, meaning for lots of follow-up visits, and so insurance is constantly checking to see, is this something that they need? Is this something so we kind of have the hawk's eye, so to speak, on our notes, on our practice. So it's that was what I would say would be one negative aspect that I think gets accentuated in our profession.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. If you could do it all over again, would you still become a PT?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
110%.
110%.
No, absolutely. I think being a PT was one of the biggest blessings that I ever happened to me. And I would say, because not only is if you truly desire to learn and to grow as a person, to help people, this profession is one of the most rewarding professions you can do, in my opinion. I'm biased, but I think it's a super cool profession to be in. So job satisfaction, actually, for you want to bring up a fact, job satisfaction for PT is like, I think they did like a survey, I don't remember where, so don't quote me on this, but it was like the top 5 jobs, the top 5 most satisfying jobs in the States, and one of them was physical therapist. So
Top 5, huh?
top 5.
That's cool.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything that any advice that you'd like to give to a person seeking to become a PT? Any pointers or?
Yeah. Explore what's out there. Meaning, if you are set on physical therapy, make sure that you know exactly which. Any tips or pointers? Yeah, explore. And what I mean by explore is look at different programs, observe different PTs, go into all the settings, take a look and see, because there's so many options in PT. So if you're on the fence about doing PT or you're not 100% committed, I would say spend time going and shadowing clinics. Spend time shadowing different PTs, because if you just spend if you just spend all of your observation hours or whatever in one place, and you don't like it, you might be missing out on a whole nother aspect that someone else is doing that you'll love. So the options in PT is kind of vast, and PT is growing as a profession. So I would look into residency programs, fellowship programs. Those things are starting to pop up all over the place now, which will increase your job satisfaction. So get out there and take a look and see what's out there in the profession. I would say that would be my advice before you pull the trigger and commit to a PT school.
Very cool. All right. So, Mr. Jelinski, is there anything else that you would like to add to this interview?
Let's see. This is going to be shown in kinesiology class.
It's going to be on YouTube.
It's going to be on YouTube.
And it might be shown. May or may not be shown. The teacher's going to see it for sure, though.
The time and the sacrifice that you put in to going into the medical profession will not be unrewarding. I would say that's what I would add. So if whoever's watching this, if they want to get into the medical profession, there's large blessings to be had there, not only for you but for helping other people. And there's experiences, that I believe are God-given in the medical profession. And so I'd say I encourage all of you, if you're thinking about it, if you're spiritual, pray about it, and consider what God has planned for you. That's what I would encourage everyone to do. So.
That is amazing advice. Sir, thank you so much for taking your time
Of course.
to do this.
Thank
and
you.
I appreciate you.
No problem, man. Appreciate
All right,
you too,
this
Mark.
is Mark Jones. This is Mark Jones signing out.
Give Mark an A.
Say that one more time.
Give Mark Jones an A. Whoever the teacher is.
Appreciate that, man. All right.